Hey guys, what's up? I'm Christian, that's Corey, and we are Super Kami Guru 9000, and this is our review of One Piece. Wow, this was a great chapter because, honestly, there's so much going on in One Piece right now. It could have been a confusing chapter, but they really stayed on one fight, and they finished it, too, in a lot of ways. I think, you know, the Bartolomeo Exploding Porcupine Man fight is definitely over at this point. And one of the main things that I really liked about the beginning is that Bartolomeo really got a lot of good screen time, and I'm falling more in love with this character every chapter I read about him. Because he's goofy, but a lot of the times, you know, you get goofy characters that aren't that strong, they're kind of just comic relief, but at the same time, you know, that's not really true as I'm saying it. Like, Usopp, goofy. Frankie, goofy. Chopper, goofy. But they're also all strong. And I think that's something that One Piece does. It doesn't just make these side characters that just, they get a joke off and then they disappear, you know, and then but these goofy characters actually do something for the story.
What I really like about Bartolomeo, though, is that he has, like, a dark edge to him when compared to a lot of the other members of, like, the Straw Hat crew. When they first introduced his character for the first time, he's a notorious pirate. He's a killer. He's really creepy looking. And even in this chapter, like, when he captures Gladius within his big barrier, he immediately starts to jump out and he's like, I'm gonna cut your throat open! And he's all like, bah! Just like ripping down his body with his sword. And that just shows that he's not afraid to get his hands dirty in like these really crazy fights. And I don't know, like you said, I've also grown just really accustomed to his character and just his overall commentary when he's seen Cavendish go through his whole Cavendish split personality where one half of him is Hakuba and the other half is his real personality. Literally now, like one half of his face is like that. He's like Two-Face from Batman. Or
like Dr. Heckle, whatever, I can't remember that story. But
Dr. Heckle and Mr. Banter.
No, I'm talking
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, yeah. He definitely has that whole thing going for him, and Cavendish is just, God, he's tearing up everybody this week.
Cavendish is almost so OP, I didn't expect it. But I think at the same time, the author knew what he was doing, because Cavendish also seemed kind of weak, because he's just a dude with a sword. You know, but he's also showing he has a lot more abilities than that. But it's like he has a deep, dark power that he doesn't like to use very much. And well,
I like the fact that even though, like, you know, he is really powerful, especially with his other half, but that actually sort of restricts him in a way. It makes it so that he can't just constantly use his power.
Yeah, it's not like a Super Saiyan that he can just turn on and use with full conscious. Like, he almost has to be by himself where he can't hurt any of his friends, because he would. He'd probably tear them all up on accident. And then the interaction that, we haven't actually talked about anything that happened in the chapter yet.
No, we're just riffing.
We're just riffing. But so let's walk through the chapter. So in the beginning we have, Cavendish, he took out the shark boy. I forgot his name.
Dellinger.
Dellinger.
Yeah, the fighting fish. Half man, half fighting fish.
And I didn't really like that character, so I'm glad he's gone.
I didn't care much for Dellinger. I just liked learning that there was someone out there who could be half fighting fish just for the ridiculousness of it all. But just the fact that he was taken out in like one single sword slash.
Who makes love to a fighting fish? You know? Like, think about that.
Ariel? I don't know. That's pretty freaking weird. I mean, the dude's even got a fin on his back. It's very strange. It's One Piece. They can get away with this type of crap.
We don't ask questions. We just enjoy One Piece. So, yeah, pretty much the big fight this week is Bartolomeo versus, I forget these.
Gladius.
Gladius.
The big porcupine guy, which I think it's interesting because before his whole gimmick was just exploding, but I didn't even realize he had poisonous hair.
Well, I think they just revealed that this chapter, so that was cool, and it adds a new dynamic because a lot of he's not really dangerous if you can get away from him. Yeah. So I think that's kind of why his poison hair is so unique, because if he can make you get stuck next to him, then you're definitely screwed, and he's fine. Also, I like the way Robin's powers are. It seems like the author for One Piece can never run out of ways to use Robin's powers.
Yeah, and that's really cool, because they started off really simple, just, oh, she can summon hands and stuff. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, she can fly and stuff. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, she can make a big staircase. I mean, her powers are so limitless, and the creativity that goes with them is great. And she even had a great final scene at the end of this week's chapter.
Yeah, she, like, deflected the sword with, like, butterfly hands coming out of it. But the sword's also, like, soft, so it's kind of hard to explain what exactly happened.
I wouldn't even say it's soft. It just sort of gives off that appearance. Yeah, and that's, again, just what makes it so dangerous. But it's interesting that she's getting thrown into that fight, because I thought it was going to be strictly Diamante versus Kyros.
Well, I think Kyros is probably, going to get the finishing shot in that fight, but I think that it's going to be a team effort to weaken that character.
Maybe even Rebecca will get involved.
Well, she might talk some shit. Let's be honest.
I'd like Rebecca to get involved. I want her to be important. Just, I don't know. I just figured when I first saw her character, oh, that's the next Straw Hat. And little by little, it's looking like it's going to be Bartolomeo, especially with that big final scene where after he trapped Gladius, he jumps in and does a signature Luffy technique, which he calls the Bara Bara no Pistol, which is his barrier punch, which you have to imagine is probably pretty powerful in and of itself, and it's just a really great panel. It looks really action-packed, and is probably, I think, the coolest moment from Bartolomeo thus far in this entire arc.
Well, it shows that, because he was already a strong character, he was already, you know, strong in his appearance, or his powers and his personality, but we're still seeing him grow. And also, he just is obsessed with the Straw Hats, and I feel like he's already talking like a Straw Hat. Like, I have to become stronger to protect
this is like when they were introducing Nico Robin and Frankie for the first time in Brooke. You just had that feeling like, oh, this guy just, he works with these characters. He communicates with them. He has a funny gimmick. He has a really great power. I feel like he could be a member of the crew. I can already see him being a member. And just the fact that, you know, something that I really love about One Piece, and this is a minor thing, like how in every single arc, the characters themselves, you know, they're already ridiculous looking, but they have different outfits in every single arc.
Yeah, they change outfits.
Bartolomeo looks crazy, even by One Piece standards. His overall design is nuts. I would love to see him go through wardrobe changes just to see how ridiculous he is and how over the top he is.
Shark teeth and cockatoo hair.
Yeah, you know? Which they always call him Birdie.
That's a whole other thing, the names they come up, the nicknames the Straw Hats come up with for all the characters. Like Cavendish being called Cabbage.
Which they're totally running with. Even Robin will call Cavendish Cabbage.
Yeah. And what's the split personality's name?
Hakuba.
Hakuba.
Which Hakuba, they haven't even like gotten into any of the backstory of Hakuba.
Does that mean something? I've heard that name before.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I'm sure
it means something, maybe like inner demon or something around those lines.
Like Dark Soul or something. Look that up, guys. Let us know in the comments below if you actually know what that stands for. Maybe it's just a traditional Japanese name or something, but
it might be.
I think that stands for something. I've heard that name before. But yeah, so what did you think, like, overall, like, rating-wise for this chapter?
Rating-wise, I'm just glad that we're finally back because we've been on break for a long time.
I missed One Piece. I didn't know I was going to miss it that bad because we haven't been reviewing it that long, but, you know, it's been a while. So I'm glad
it was good to get back to form. Bartolomeo is a character who's a lot of fun. Cavendish is still very mysterious. I'm not really sure where they're going with his character quite yet. And Gladius was a really cool opponent. Not only will he blow things up, but he'll poison your ass too. So I thought this was a really interesting chapter. Robin showing up and that badass barrier punch. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
You know, I have nothing wrong with this chapter in the sense that it's everything I want, except it's not a main fight. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5.
Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you reviewing this week? You're reviewing a whole bunch of new stuff, Corey.
Oh my god. I'm reviewing so many new shows right now. So let's just sort of go through the entire lineup because the brand new winter anime season just started. Let's just go from like the beginning of the week all the way to the end. Sundays are still pretty simple. It's pretty much just the One Piece anime series, pretty much what you guys have been seeing for the longest time. And then on Wednesdays, we have Gundam Build Fighters Try, which is the second season of Gundam Build Fighters. It is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. We also have Parasite the Maxim, which is one of the biggest hits from 2014, continuing on in 2015, and it is awesome. You definitely need to check it out. And then we still have Naruto Shippuden, which is going to be coming out later today, which is still the brand new Chunin exam arc, which I'm still excited for it just because I want to see what's going to happen with the new characters. We'll have to see. Who knows how today's episode is going to be. Then we have Tokyo Ghoul Route A, which also airs later today. It's going to be the second episode of the second season. Cannot wait to see that. And Fridays is where things start to get a little crazier. We have Gundam Reconquista NG, which is the more serious take on the Gundam anime series. We have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, the Egypt arc, the manliest anime series of all time, which you must check out if you have seen the first season. And then right after that, we have a few other surprises. We have Assassination Classroom, which I think is honestly one of the funniest and coolest unique shows that I've seen in quite some time. And then we have Death Parade, which is just awesome. It's so good. It's the best show so far, I think, of 2015. And then we have the second season of Durarara and this other brand new Kill La Kill clone known as the Rolling Girls. So, reviewing a lot of anime right now, and you guys should definitely check it out. Watch all of those, like them, comment, and even watch the shows too, because they're pretty freaking great and really entertaining.
So it's a good time for animation. I think that there's a lot going on this season. I was just looking at Kotaku's anime list for this, is it fall or winter? It's
winter.
The winter season. And there's like 30 flippin' animes coming out right now. So that's a good time to be into anime. like we are. And thank you guys so much for watching our review. Please make sure and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy our reviews, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we also have a Amazon link. If you buy anything through that, it helps our channel. And if you want to just straight donate to us, we have a PayPal button and a link down in the video description. So thank you guys for everything, and until next time, Super Kami Guru 9000 out.